Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. And we basically, I guess, finished Gil's route technically. You know, we got all through most of it, and now we're getting our ending in this part because we got to this screen, which is our wait, magic. We spun the spinner, and what was our love match? Oh my god, we got Agape, and he's Agape, and we got the best love match with Gil. No way! Yay! Obviously, it was slightly sarcastic because we used a guide, so of course we fucking got the good ending. But I think this is where the last chapter happened, so this is where we should get our ending. So it might not be a long part, but then again, who knows? So. What? But Gil loves cars. Right, we were talking with our parents, and you know how that went. Anyway, after hearing his father's words, I couldn't help but exclaim that. I covered my mouth in embarrassment, knowing good and well that I made a mistake. Gil's secret should have remained hidden. Sorry, Gil. I spoke without thinking. I anxiously look at Gil and silently offer an apology. However, he simply smiled and nodded in agreement. No worries. You're only speaking the truth. Father, Dad, she's right. I love cars with a passion. Are you serious, son? Yes, I am. I didn't want to be tied down by the family legacy. But actually, I've never hated cars. And not once in my life. I even built one, and it flies. After all, you were the one who told the factory workers to build that workshop for me. I see. But are you really telling me the truth? You're not just saying it for my benefit, are you, Gil? I basically just told you off. Why would I lie for your benefit? Man, this guy really is kind of crazy. His father looks at Gil like he's truly seeing him for the first time. His father seemed quite depressed after hearing what Gil said about he and his brother running away from home. Of course I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't be working for Outroad if I didn't love cars. You work for Outroad? Outroad? You mean Carcraft Road's Outroad? Yes, the very same. I didn't think you'd be interested in any of this. I love Carcraft Road. It's the must-have magazine for all car lovers. When I was young, I purchased a copy on release day. Suddenly, Gil's father gasped and cut himself off. Then he clears his throat and changes the subject. He just nerded for a second. That's adorable. Outroad is quite helpful for the industry, as is Carcraft Road. Of course I know the name. Always let your nerd flag fly, okay? He was like, oh my god, I love Outroad. I bought it when it came out. It's very good for the car industry. Darling, you don't need to hide your own love for cars, too. That was the moment when Gil's mother finally spoke. She looked quite apologetic, but there was a glint in her eyes that made it seem like she's actually enjoying this. Let's leave this for another time. Oh, wait, no. Dad, you love cars too? I just thought you were a workaholic who loved the company. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess he could have been like, I love business. Ugh. Sweetie, your father's a car nut. He just tried to hide it from you when you and your brother were young. Of course I did. The president of LCI has to look dignified. No one needs to know that I'm a car fanatic at heart. I don't know, I feel like that would make it better. You know what I mean? If you were like, I'm the head of the company, but like, man, I'm a motherfucking car nerd. Like, yeah. You really should actually be a little bit of a car nerd to be being the president of a car company. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, well, I'm here and I just gotta push paper and like click some button. No, like you should have a passion for the product or the service that you're offering as a part of a company. You know what I mean? If you don't, like, you're not gonna be as good. You know what I mean? If you're like, nah, I really fucking hate bagels, but I'm like Bob's Bagels. I'm the president of Bob's Bagels, but I fucking hate bagels. You're not going to want to push out the best product. You know what I mean? You should have a passion for the thing that you're selling, basically. You know? Unless you're like a low worker totem pole peon, then you're like, look, I just have a passion for a paycheck, so of course I'm going to do the best I can, because like, I don't really give a shit about bagels, but I like the paycheck they bring home. I love bagels, though, so that was a really bad example. I do like bagels, so. But you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, I don't have to like bagels to be the person that puts the little clippy thing on, like clip on the back. Clip. Yeah, that's all I do. I just stand here and put the little clips on. Like, I don't have to like bagels to do this. I like the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But when you're the president, you should actually enjoy the product or service you're selling. You should have faith in it, like a passion for it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It just makes it better, but. Of course, darling. But it seems that you hiding that from the boys worked against you. No need to lie anymore. Gil's mother smiled warmly as she placed her hand over Gil's father's hand. Perhaps I should stop holding back as well. Darling, why don't you spend more time with me? I've always been so lonely. And he's like, wait. He's like, what? I thought you were fine being alone. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I say I want to be alone, but sometimes I don't want to be alone. Like, see, communication problems. All three of us, aside from Gil's mother, covered our mouths in shock at the same time. Then we all look at each other and then slowly turn to look at his mother. You were lonely? I mean, seriously, though, that's kind of meant. You kind of have to tell them these things. A lot, okay. I say men, but also I fit into this too. There's just humans in general. A lot of people are not good at reading signs, and sometimes you need to not be subtle. Like, going to work, going to work, going to work. Why don't you take a day off? It'd be nice to spend it together. That's basically straightforward of take a fucking day off, goddammit, I'm lonely. You know. If you don't say anything, they're not gonna know. And again, it's men, but also not just men, because I feel like if I were a workaholic, I'm definitely not. And like my partner were lonely, they would be like, I would like to spend some time with you. Oh, okay, because otherwise I'm not gonna know. I'm not good at reading subtle signs. Hi. Not the brightest crayon in the box. Sparkliest? Sure. Not the brightest, though. Of course I was. It's just like Gil said, you're a workaholic. It's only natural that I become lonely. Which is why the tennis pro and the pool boy and like... She wasn't that lonely. I know what it means to be the wife of the LCI president. I know what it means to be a good patient wife, but I have needs. Oh my god, Mom, can we not talk about your needs like that? Of course, I've always assumed that ours was a marriage of convenience since it was arranged and all. Oh! Gil's dad doesn't understand love. How could you think I didn't love you, though? Well, you've always said that I just wanted to marry a car, so I assumed you thought I married you for the company. Oh, a twist! I didn't know Gil's father took on the family name and not his mother. The plot thickens. Now everything makes sense. I can understand why Gil's father became such a workaholic. Okay, so Wait, so are you saying it was the mother's family name? Because of his outsider status, the president of LCI, who had married into the family, would naturally face resistance. Ah. Okay, yeah, I just assumed it was his father's company, so his father took the Lovecraft name. Interesting. He took her name. Because it's like LCI, so. That's why Gil's father worked so hard. He wanted to prove himself. He was empowered by his love for cars. That's so cute, actually. Like, oh my god, you're like middle-aged and you just figured this shit out. Guess what? Some of us don't figure out a lot of shit until like long after that. I'm just saying. Sometimes we're not all bright. Like, you still learn things about yourselves and other people, even in middle age. You could be 80 and still learning shit. I'm just saying, as human beings, we're all kind of fucking dumb. Yet in exchange, he thought his wife didn't love him and that their marriage was simply for convenience. You always said it was fine if I didn't come home. Okay, well, that's a problem, lady. Oh, did I say that? Yes, darling, you even said it when I was traveling around the world for auto shows. Oh, I guess maybe that was me. But he didn't mean it always. I just meant that you shouldn't worry so much. That's what you meant. I thought you were just being sardonic. They're kind of adorable in how stupid they were with each other, but this is human nature to just use, you're like, oh yeah, I wasn't clear with what I meant, or he didn't clarify, and they just, miscommunication. Oh. Well, that might have been true, but it was only because I was jealous of how much you love cars. So, I suppose there's times my manner might have been a bit telling of how I felt. Oh, darling. Seeing his mother's melancholy smile made his father look regretful. I never noticed your true feelings. I was so oblivious, as are most humans. And somehow, I still loved you and your love of cars. I think that's why I was able to endure feeling so lonesome. Oh, Gil's mom is gonna get it hard tonight. Jesus, gross. Whoops. Gil's like, I have to take over because my father and mother just went away on a 3-month-long honeymoon. Oh god, your mom's getting pregnant. Oh shit, you're gonna have a little sister now. You're gonna have a midlife crisis sister. Oh god, Gil. Oh, your life is just fucked up. I just destroyed someone. Someone is like, oh thanks. It's ruined the whole route now. Gil's mother flashed a big, earnest smile, causing his father to be speechless. Gil's father covered his face with both of his hands and heaved a deep, deep sigh. This is actually kind of funny. Oh. I've taken such a long way around, haven't I? We're all the same in a way. Gil and myself, Galen and their father. We all kept reaching for what we thought was the right thing to do, yet all we did was run around in circles. They're all a big bag of idiots, but, you know, it's cute. Dad told me that by nature, humans are creatures filled with mistakes. Yet humans also have the ability to right all of their wrongs, too. There's always enough time when they look for it. As long as they realize that fact, things will turn out in their favor. Dad, go take Mom out for a date. Good suggestion, son. A fine suggestion. The corner of his father's lips twitch in a smile. Good boy. He glances over at Gil's mother. I have to praise the birdie when he poopies on his poopy pad so we know he's a good birdie. His eyes were kind, even if he's only a Lovecraft by marriage. This was a man who was capable of crafting love. It's so cheesy, but I kind of like it. Oh my, that would be wonderful, darling, but we can hold off on that. You're too busy with trying to move LCI to Lost York. Oh, you've got a good point, darling. You're right. Wait, moving LCI's headquarters to Lost York? What do you mean? And now Gil's gonna become the president, and he loves cars, and it's gonna be perfect. I kind of figured that was what was gonna happen. Not moving LCI to Lost York, but like, I figured he was gonna take over the company. I figured that was coming when Galen was like, I hate cars! And Gil was like, but I love cars! And I was like, I see where this is going. I don't know how you're going to manage it, but I know where it's going. Well, Baltimore is good in terms of industrial needs, but Lost York beats all for business, which is why I want HQ here. I was trying to make that move with Galen in mind as the president, but then... Gil's father looks utterly defeated all over again. He places a hand to his forehead. Well, you know, your brother resigned and then up and eloped, all where I was en route to a business meeting here in Lost York. Now I see what happened. Dad, why didn't you tell me you had plans to move the headquarters? Because you cut us off, Gil. You refused any form of contact. You have a point. Gil looks up at the ceiling and heaves his own sigh. I will admit to proceeding without consulting anyone. It's clear that Galen saw this as his last chance to escape things. Truly, I'm ashamed to be your father. I didn't even notice your own dreams and ambitions. Gil, I'm so sorry. I could see why you left home right when I was about to appoint you as a board member. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. Should have talked to both of you boys before making such major decisions. I'll see I would be better off if you succeeded me, but now you're an employee at Outroad. There's no change, is there? Oh, I think it's there's no chance. Gil's father looked at him with eyes full of regret while speaking his mind. His eyes are filled with hopes of his son succeeding him. I kind of want Gil to. I think it'd be kind of amazing. I wonder what's going through Gil's mind right now. I glance at him and come to the conclusion he knows what to do. Spacey, should I do it? You love cars and you can still write while being the president of a car company. Of course, Gil. I already know what he's thinking just by the look in his eye. Gil is someone who loves cars with all his heart. He's also someone who's been my protector and loves with that same heart. If he chooses this path, then things will work out. I'm sure of it. Dad, if I can marry my beloved, then I'll succeed you in the company. Are you serious? You can marry a fucking potato for all I care, kid. Hey! I actually am a potato. But I'm a space potato! Gil's father jolts up from the table with renewed vigor. Gil nods in spite of his shock at his father's shining eyes. Oh my god, we're getting married too. Well, we married Shelby, didn't we? So. Yes, I'm serious. I love her, but I also love cars. As long as they're the foundation of my world, I'll be happy. I left home because I wanted to find love for myself. That was the biggest reason, so now I'm fine. I only pushed back against being on the board because I assumed you had already decided on a fiancé for me. But I love LCI's cars. If I can protect them with my own two hands, then I'd be the happiest man alive. Gil smiles and looks at both of his parents with no hesitation. I'm sure everyone at Outroad would understand my decision. After all, my name is Lovecraft. They kind of knew. I think everyone was just trying to be polite and not mention it. Sweetie, is this what you really want? You're not forcing yourself to bend to your father's will, are you? Because I'll force your father to bend to my will later, if you know what I mean. God, Mom, stop! I thought about it, and I know what I want to do. So much has happened, but now I just want to protect her above all else. If I can protect her and have her at my side, I can rise to the occasion. Gil smiles bashfully as we gently twine our fingers together. A long time ago, she told me to chase my dreams. So recently, I've been thinking about what I wanted to do with my life. I'm still the same person. In fact, I'm still Gil Lovecraft, the lovelorn parasite who loves with everything he has. If there's a chance for me to live as who I am, then I want to. I want to keep protecting her and loving her as well. Like, okay, but taking over 3 hours of him professing his love for us. I know I ran away from my responsibilities before. I won't run away any longer. I'll face everything head on. Oh, Gil. I look at Gil and silently ask him if he's sure, but his gaze is determined. He stares directly at me and smiles. He said that this path would make him the happiest, and nothing will change that. Gil Lovecraft has his eyes on a bright future. Yeah, you. In a way, it's frightening how much influence I have on him. Yet I'm still so happy that he loves me so passionately. I'm pretty sure if you told him to jump off the fucking roof of the building, he would do it, but... So, I mean, I guess it's not a good thing, but, you know, it is good that he'll do whatever the fuck you say because you're you, because then you could be like, no, Gil, you should do what's right for you. What do you want to do, Gil? He's like, I think... No, Gil, you should not drink that poison. You know what I mean? Like, you can protect him from being an idiot. I love writing, but I don't have to write it Outroad. I'm a Lovecraft down to my bones. I love to create and look at cars. I have since I was a kid. Yeah, and I mean, Bumblepig's pretty cool. I want to protect that passion, our family name, and her. I want to do so in a way that'll give me the strength to do so. What? Gil smiles again and looks directly at his father. There was no more hesitation in his gaze. Gil has always avoided talking about his family. Now he's talking so earnestly despite his clash with his father. And in the end, Gil still stood up for himself and crafted his own future. All I can do is happily support him. Gil, son, so you'll really do this for us? I'm doing it for me too. Gil's parents look at him with a mixture of bewilderment and hope. His parents talked openly about what'll be expected of him if he's to become the 5th-generation president of LCI. They're pleased that Gil will succeed his father, but there's still a lot of issues. Galen, his brother, just resigned. There's the possibility of LCI's reputation being damaged. There's also the matter of moving the HQ to Lost York. It's a big company, so naturally there's differing opinions. Gil and his father talk with one another as if making up for all the time they lost. And after his father finishes speaking, Gil smiles. I know that, he says. I like that we didn't have to listen to the whole conversation. And we're like, okay, can we just not, though? And from there, Gil quits Outroad and officially is appointed the role of president of LCI. Everyone at Outroad said, I knew this would happen! There was lots of smiles as they saw him off. We went together to share the news with Galen. He ended up sobbing out of joy and hugged Gil while fervently thanking him. As thanks, Gil fed us loads of his prototype burgers. They were all so good that I'm sure his shop will turn out fine. He's secretly taking cooking classes. So cute. After that, Gil attended a press conference about his new role. Now he works day in and day out to help move LCI to Lost York. Okay, so like Galen's burgers are great, but what about the milkshakes? Every day at a new hectic surprise. But Gil and I still find time to eat together. I want a fucking milkshake now, goddammit. That moment of bliss is like the calm eye of a storm. It's our peaceful promise to each other. All around us, life continues to change, but our meals together are the one thing that stay the same. Not the end, don't worry. Oh, well, definitely not. Okay. I'm beat. Gil came back late that day and flopped down on the sofa. Come on, let's get you changed, Gil. Your suit's gonna get wrinkles. I know. He replies with a sleepy tone as he turns onto his side. He has this glassy look in his eyes as he glances at me. Hey, come closer. Oh, we're having sexy time now? I mean, he asked me in that coaxing tone of his. Of course, there's no way I can deny him. I approach him and go down on my knees. Gil reaches out and embraces me. Phew, so worth it. Oh, you... I pat Gil on his head and whisper a prayer for his health and rejuvenation. Gil closes his eyes and takes a deep, relaxed breath. It's as if he's unwinding and enjoying my touch, which is nice. I feel so happy. I could fall asleep right here, right now. I kind of could too. No sleeping! What about dinner? And you need to take a bath too. I'd rather be with you than eat or bathe right now. Just for a second longer. We could bathe together. You know, it's appropriate now. It wasn't that first time. Like, it definitely wasn't then. Now, he mutters that with a tired voice, all while rubbing his nose on my neck. That tickled my neck, so I twist away while patting Gil's arm. Come on, Gil. I made crab cakes for dinner, and I know that's your favorite. Let's go eat them together. He's like, again? Yay. Just 5 more minutes, my love. He's rubbing my neck like Chi likes to do. Ever since we confessed and affirmed our love for one another, he doesn't hold back with touching me now. It feels like he's making up for lost time. I've become his girlfriend and his body pillow. He does this every day. I'm honestly thrilled, though. But my heartbeat always speeds up whenever he does this. I get so overwhelmed by how much my love controls me. Back when I was still naive, I didn't think anything was wrong when I tried to take a bath with Gil. Hey, how about we take a bath together? It's been a while since we shared one. He mentions the bath like he was reading my mind. I was utterly shocked at his question. I want to share one with you. It'll be romantic and nice. Hold on! We have to eat dinner! Plus, you need rest. You'll ruin your health if you don't go to sleep earlier. But I think I'll sleep like a log if I get to take a bath with you. Con artist. Oh, you! Exactly. This is when the laugh track comes in. Oh, you! Hands on the hip, laugh track in the background. He giggles playfully and runs his fingers through my hair. I know what'll happen if I take a bath with Gil, but I think I've dug my own grave here. I'm at my limit, you know. And I want you so bad. Oh, hello. Yeep! Gil had pulled me on top of him while lying on the sofa. But now he picked up and flipped me over. Oh, hi. Are we getting... Oh, no. I was like, are we getting a CG? It's getting dark. Suddenly, he pushed me into the sofa. Now I was on bottom and Gil was on top. Well, we don't have to get messy in the bath. I can love you anywhere. Gil? I was about to change the topic back to dinner, but suddenly Gil's lips press against my own. To tell you the truth, I actually have a day off tomorrow. Kind of rare for me, you know. How about we go on a date? A rare day off, and Gil wants to go on a date. Feels like a treat. I open my eyes even though we're still kissing. Are you for real? You mean I get you all to myself all day? All day, my love. And you have a day off tomorrow too, don't you? Truth be told, that's why I put in for PTO. Oh, that's wonderful! Joy fills my entire heart. I embrace Gil from beneath him. We can be together all day tomorrow, just the two of us. The thought of that makes me so happy. Oh, look at how cute you look. You're so happy, huh? Gosh, I was already having enough trouble holding back. I bet. Gil mumbled something to himself as he started to kiss me again. What did Gil say? Something like, not yet? I wanted to ask him, but his lips won't relent. All I can feel is a sweet, fiery kiss that threatens to melt my core. That and Gil's lips descending onto my throat and chest. His eyes are so dark and serious. I was enthralled by his gaze. I can sense all of my thoughts fading into nothingness. Gil has a day off tomorrow. He promised that we'll go on a date. Somehow, I don't think I'll make it if we keep at it. He's so focused that he didn't even give me enough time to voice my opinion. On the sofa, we express our love to each other, I bet. Our fingers weren't enough. Instead, we communicate with our bodies. In the end, we took a bath together. It was just like the day we officially became lovers. I like how they just we had sex. Okay, you just it was like the day we became lovers. Or we used our bodies to express our love. Okay, yeah, thanks. That's good enough. That's perfect. Thank you. I know what's happening without the nipple talk and Scott. Just don't get too graphic. And the next day, Gil and I have our promised date. Wow, okay, we're still going with this? Actually, it's been a while since we went out together. Now that I think about it, this is our first date since we formally started dating. Like the longest end chapter ever. Oh, Gil, you're already here. I hope I didn't make you wait too long, did I? No worries, I just arrived. You both had a day off, why didn't you go together? Gil suggested that we meet outside, despite the fact that we live together. And actually, we met up elsewhere. Today's meeting place was somewhere memorable. Back in college, we worked as part-timers at the theater on 2nd Ave. Instead of going together, he's like, we should meet there. Hold on, let me leave before you. Okay. It's weird. Come on, Gil, we both know you've been here for half an hour. I actually thought you got rejected all over again. Movie theater owner is funny. Come on, don't say that. Oh, did you go pick up a ring so you could propose to me? That would make sense. I get that. I knew it. Gil still has a habit of arriving early. This morning he said he needed to drop in the office, so he left ahead of me. Here, I thought I'd be the one waiting for him. But this is just business as usual for Gil. At least he didn't send a wall of text ahead of time. Progress! You're the same kid as always. Though you've grown a bit, you look like a real adult now. I'm still the same guy as back then. Yeah, kinda. Just different hair. Gil's lips curve up in a knowing smile as he takes my hand. And sometimes not changing is for the best. After all, I didn't change my love for her. Oh, so you two finally got together. You already know that. You liked to tease me back then knowing we weren't together. Yeah, because your reactions were priceless. Ah, young love. This guy is such a dick. I love him. I love movie theater owner. You've got quite the personality, owner. His name's just owner. Lowercase, not even. Anyway, let's go catch that movie. Yes, please. It's Trans 4 Cars 37. The place we met was laden with memories from our time in college. Our date felt like a blast from the past. We watched a movie. Then we went on a walk in the campus courtyard. Barbie's New York. Back then, I didn't understand Gil's feelings at all. Now, we walk together with mutual affection. Afterwards, we walk all around Lost York together. Ooh, amusement park. By nighttime, we've arrived at the amusement park. Wow, the night view is amazing. Coming here at night was a great idea. I was so busy cooing over the amusement park. Thankfully, Gil was looking relieved. Oh, thank goodness. I had a feeling you'd love it. I've always wanted to come here with you since we were students. I'm glad we could finally come together. Gil squints as if reflecting on the past, but his eyes shine with a hint of sadness. I didn't think we'd be able to come here today. Being here with you makes me really happy. Then why do you look like you're gonna cry? He gestures at me while expressing his heartfelt emotions. I couldn't help but smile in return. Well, if that's what you were thinking, you could have invited me here sooner. Ah! Twist in that knife! You're not wrong. Still, this place hasn't been the luckiest for me. Oh? What do you mean by that? This is a place where I jumped to conclusions and started taking the long way around to get to you, if you understand. Gil hesitated, then looks directly at me. When I saw his gentle stare, my heart skipped a beat. His eyes were so kind, but there was determination in his clear gaze. But I decided that I'd never run away again. That's why I brought you to the amusement park today. The place where you stood me up, even though you didn't know you were standing me up because you never got that letter, is the place where I'm going to propose! I mean, we married Shelby in the... not the best ending, but that wasn't his good ending. So, you know, we should marry Gil, too, at some point. Oh, Gil. He takes my hand and gently pulls me close. For a moment, I thought Gil would kiss me, but then he covered my eyes with a blindfold for some reason. Oh. What? Can you close your eyes for a moment? Please play along with me if you don't mind. I mean, in the middle of the amusement park, Gil? That's inappropriate. Sure, I don't mind. Are you sure? I nod my agreement and hear an audible gulp from Gil. And being so polite like that is cheating. It really puts me in a mood. I'm pretty sure everything puts you in a mood, Gil. I mean, seriously. Sorry, I was looking at something. What kind of mood? Oh, no, don't play coy with me. What the? Well, no matter what, I trust you. I know you'd never do anything to hurt me. I feel like this is like set up for a bad ending right here. I'm glad you have so much faith in me, though there's no guarantee that I won't act out. I could hear a mix of bashfulness and mild irritation in Gil's voice, and I felt a thrill hearing him talk like that. Unlike my time in college, I'm no longer ignorant. I know how to tease Gil and play with him, too. Gil Lovecraft is my one and only love. I think I have a pretty good grasp on how he would want to tease me, too. Oh, I bet. That's why he'll continue to look at me when he's feeling playful. I felt so happy that I wanted to tease him in return. But I also know that overdoing it will raise the stakes. So instead of starting something I can't finish, I go along with his whim and let him guide me by hand. Soon I hear the hiss of a machine moving. A door opens. Oh, watch your step, okay? Sure. I can't see where I'm going since my eyes are covered and closed, but for some reason I don't feel any worry. Gil guides me by my hand. Deep inside my heart, I trust Gil not to betray me. I just... Because this character trope, you're like, are you sure though? You're like, he's not gonna hurt me. I trust him not to betray me. I know this is the best ending, but like, you okay? What? You alright? You're fine. You're okay. What happened? You're alright. I'm sorry I didn't put the little bird scare you. I mean, he chirps and he scares you. You're like, you're okay. You're fine. Is your shadow? I didn't close the blinds and it's dark. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to deal for a few minutes. His warm hand always guides me everywhere. His kind hand will take me to some unknown, wonderful place. He's gonna push us off of the fucking Ferris wheel. Oh. We go up the steps, and then Gil asks me to sit down. Once seated, I hear a door close. We're in the Ferris wheel, and that's where he's going to propose, because that's like the romantics, but don't do it. Ferris wheels are terrifying. I hear something rustle, like Gil was taking something out. Then I heard him take a deep, deep breath. Oh, hell yeah. You've got this, Gil. You can do this. All right. You can take off the blindfold now. Gil seems more nervous than me, and I couldn't even see. I wonder what his deep breaths were for as I removed the blindfold. Then, eyes wide open, I froze. Yes. What I saw in front of me was Gil with a ring. Yeah, told you. We're in the Ferris wheel and he's proposing. I'm not dumb. Not in games, anyway. Spacey. Gil Lovecraft held out a ring with a quiet smile. Look, oh. The diamond in its center was like the brightest star in Earth's sky. I'd kind of be cuter if this, like, CG was done the other way where you see Gil, not her, because it should be about Gil. Not like, okay, we're seeing us. It should almost be like more like our perspective. But especially because when you look at the CGs at the end, like, yes, sometimes MC's in them. But like in this one, it'd be better if you were looking at Gil, like not her. I don't know. I just feel like this is a little weird, but this is me preference. But the diamond in its center was like the brightest star in Earth's sky. Hi, stop peeping at me. Gil was dressed up like we were in a movie proposal, and that beautiful ring was in a box that he held out before me. Hi, nobody asked you. You don't have lines in this one. Will you marry me? I gasp, but my hands fly up over my mouth. Could this be a... No, there's no other answer. It has to be a real proposal. I see. So what lies ahead for our happy life is marriage. Cupid is a god capable of making people fall in love. On the other hand, Juno is the god who reigns over marriage. When I was at Cupid Corps, I thought I had to care for all the members up to their marriage, but that wasn't right. Marriage is a promise. It's a promise to spend eternity together. A promise made between two souls. Why are you beeping at me, Bert? I love you, but please stop. I never even imagined that there would be a day when I, Cupid, would get married. Why are you beeping? Stop peeping! That was because I was the real deal Cupid. But now, I'm just a human woman who was Cupid. Dad told me that if I fall in love, I'll become fully human. That's why I'm just a human woman now. It's because I've chosen to live my life with my beloved Gil Lovecraft. How could I not see that the end result of falling in love would be marriage? I didn't imagine that step in our path together, really, despite the fact that he basically said he was going to marry you to your dad, and then he basically told your dad we're basically engaged, and then he said, as long as I can marry her, I'm fine, and then, but then you were like, oh my god, I didn't see this coming ever! Well, you're dumber than I am. I'm still so ignorant of so many things, and too reliant on Gil. He's more like the god Cupid than I could ever be. I felt so many emotions swirling in my heart. The biggest was happiness. I felt on the verge of tears. 20 minutes later, he's like, are you gonna answer? I feel so happy. Truly. Gil looked relieved. It's like he was prepared for the possibility of rejection. Idiot. You're both idiots. It's cute, but they're kind of dumb. Together, it's adorable. I was kind of worried. I even practiced in front of my parents just to get things right. I didn't know if I could pull this off perfectly for you. You don't know how many plans I've made just for today. Then again, Gil did say something like this in front of his father, and your father. Gil told his father that he'd love me for the rest of his life, and yet never in my wildest dreams did I imagine we'd marry. Again, he literally mentioned marriage 6 times before, but that's okay. I thought that was in the far-flung future. Okay. I had imagined that future without myself in it. But now, I'm going to marry Gil. Oh, want to try on the ring? Oh, no, I'm good, but... Yes! Gil nods and takes my hand so he can put the ring on my finger. The ring shines in the nighttime lights, and my vision blurs. I'm so happy. Thank you, my love. I should be thanking you. You're the one who said yes. I mean, that's gotta be nerve-wracking to be a dude and propose to someone. Like, I don't know, that's gotta be hard. Dude. I feel for you, bros. Gil smiles that same innocent smile with a bit of teeth. He looks like the cat that got the cream. Spacey, I love you so much. I promise to make you as happy as I can for the rest of our lives. He gently took my left hand and kisses the back of it. Then, Gil looks up at me with the unabashed look of love shining in his eyes. I feel as if I could make a home in that warm gaze. Gil and I will always be together. We'll face everything that comes our way. We'll always be by each other's side. Through trials and tribulations, come what may, we will hold true to this oath. We swear by our promise on our hearts. Why? Because we know that no matter what, we have one another. We can face anything so long as we face it together. Gil and I take one another's hands and kiss, welcoming the next step of our lives. Together. Oh. Sorry, I had to respond my room. I like how it holds the CG for you a little bit at the end. It's like what I do for you, and I leave it, and you can stare at it for a few seconds for me on the part. It's like that. Whoop, nope. Here we go. Scarily so. Best ending chapter. That was the longest last chapter ever, by the way. Anyway. Globalization, affluent, wealthy, moneyed, parasite? That's what it always says. Good morning, you're watching News 1 to 10. Love Letters for You, written by Gil Lovecraft, who was newly appointed as CEO of LCI Inc. last month, has sold over 6 million copies. LCI Inc. just moved its head office to Los York. Expectations for a shift in management with a new CEO have increased along with its stock price. Hi, here's a topic for today's funny news. Gil Lovecraft's book, Love Letters for You, just released on the 1st of this month, and it's a hot topic. Maybe it's thanks to that, rumors that you can find love while riding in an LCI car are going viral on social media. Also, Gil Lovecraft's book, Love Letters to You, has been nominated for the Nobel Literature Prize, a literature award. The Nobel, but it's Knoble. The Knoble Literature Award. I'm going to say Knoble. It's more fun. Knoble. So this is what they call TV. Mars is going to get addicted to some fucking shit like Gilmore Girls or something. He's going to become a big Riverdale whore. You just came by so you could use my TV to watch the news, huh? Surely now you see how convenient it is. Gotta get back into Minerva here. I cannot deny it. Plus, I can figure out just what kind of human my daughter's husband is. Yet why do these mortals think a car will aid in their relationship? I don't understand. What strange logic. Yeah, I mean, I get you there. Humans are kind of dumb sometimes. Actually, I decided to look into that myself. It turns out it's true. I've been trying to track down the location of the Golden Arrow, and believe it or not, apparently it's stuck in one of their cars. It's in a car? Yep, and that specific car is kind of like a symbol of LCI. It's being displayed right in the middle of their headquarters lobby. And more than that, any other car like it's also affected by the Golden Arrow. So, you liken LCI's vehicles to the Golden Arrow? Exactly, which means that riding around in an LCI car really can improve your relationship. That's fucking hilarious. And get this, somehow, the car itself seems to have gained a soul, so removing the arrow isn't as easy as you might think. In fact, apparently the car has been speaking out at night to engage in a bit of matchmaking all on its own. Sneaking out at night, sorry. What? You can't be serious! Bumblebee is the new Cupid! It's strange, I know, but this means there won't be a next Cupid anytime soon, because technically that car is the next Cupid. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. I was only joking. Well, if that truly increases marriage rates among humanity, I suppose that's all well and good. It is? Yes, because it would mean that my beloved daughter's husband's company will see much fortune. You really are just a big softy, aren't you? Who would have guessed that the god of war would dote on his daughters so much? Certainly not humanity, that's for sure. They always think of me as some barbaric ruffian. I mean, you... Okay. Well, maybe it's better to keep up that image. You wouldn't want to disappoint them now, would you? Speaking of which, don't you think it's about time for you to head down to the human realm yourself? Yes. Venus mentioned that she was already heading there ahead of me. 'Tis time for my departure. It's our wedding day. This is my daughter's wedding day, after all. So this time we get the wedding, because we were getting married to Shelby, but we didn't actually have the wedding. Did we? I didn't think we had the wedding until the normal ending. No, we did have the wedding in the best ending. The normal ending was more like we were standing there together and we opened the new branch and it was just... I feel like it's just almost like a continuation. Like, even though we didn't get married in that end, but it was just, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Anyway. I got them mixed up. A bright ray of sunshine dazzles throughout the entire wedding hall. I glimpse the world through my wedding veil as I stand next to Gil, holding a fragrant bouquet. Today, we're here together at the Cupid Corporation wedding hall. But I'm not present as a bridal advisor. Instead, I'm the bride, and I'm here to take my vows with Gil. Gil, do you promise to stand by her at all times, good, bad, or otherwise, to honor her, respect her, and love her, and then some? I do. Spacey, do you promise to stand by him at all times, good, bad, or otherwise, to honor him, respect him, and love him? Just kidding. I do. Then I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Oh, applause. Oh, cute clap. Yes. I can hear the edge of nervousness in Gil's voice as he pulls up my veil. He quickly glances toward the guests and attendants. I'm sure he's feeling a bit bashful since his family is here. He's not that... I was gonna say, when we're alone, he's so different, though. I was like, he's bashful now. Gil can be really confident. Yeah, when you're alone. Jesus. I smile and close my eyes. The sensation of our lips meeting and pressing together fills my mind. Okay, wedding CG. Wedding CG, goddammit, where is it? But as quickly as those thoughts come, the kiss ends. It was more of a peck than a genuine kiss. We got a wedding CG with Shelby, is all I'm saying. Come on. Out in the audience, the attendees were whispering about how cute or charmingly chaste it was. Gil isn't pure at all, though. You should see him when we're alone. I mean... The officiant guides us through exchanging our rings, and then we step up onto the altar. There, we'll sign our marriage certificate. Gil and I exchange a glance, then sign our names. Gil Lovecraft, Spacey Mirror. Our names are written there in ink. Well, we're Spacey Lovecraft now. That sounds awesome! Ha 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 ha! I'm the queen of the Eldritch Terrors! I mean, what? Nothing. But actually, my real name is Cupid. Can't sign that, though. Auntie saved me once again by using her divine powers to create my census registration. That's why I have this name. I wonder if this is really okay. I felt like bringing that up, but then I noticed Dad's in the audience, openly sobbing into a handkerchief. How cute. Actually, a third of the attendees at our wedding are gods. The remaining 2/3 look on in shock at how those hidden gods are dressing as they attend the wedding. But if the gods are fine with things, then there's no problem. After all, they're the creators of the world. Right now, the only thing that matters to me is Gil Lovecraft and his presence next to me. The only thing that matters to me is the CG. Where the fuck is it? What the fuck? I need the wedding CG. We then held the wedding reception. Cutting the wedding cake together made for a wonderful memory. We even prepared a blue cheese cheesecake for fun. That sounds god awful. What is for fun? We're trying to kill people? I don't think so. After cutting the cake, Gil's former colleagues at Outrow were playfully teasing him and living it up. I felt a bit sad that Claros wasn't at my wedding, but I assumed she was watching from afar. And then with everyone watching, we got into our car. Felt like a scene straight out of the movies I always used to watch with Auntie. Why is there no wedding CG with us in our wedding gear? That makes me so mad. There may be like there's going to be oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. Why does he look like Raoul here, though? Like, I think I love this one the best. Like, but he reminds me of Raoul here, and it's like, this is, like, Gil, I can't love you for you, because right now I'm like, you look, Snow White flower petals dance in the air. As the flowers showered everyone, Gil and I waved from the car. I mean, you can't not have a wedding CG if we're having a wedding. Thank you, everyone! And thank you so much. Grats! And Raoul's here! Technically, anyway. And congratulations to the both of you. Yeah, congrats. You have my most heartfelt blessings. Of course, Jupiter, Peter. Cupid, my darling, congratulations! Eros, congratulations! I have to make them slightly different because they both basically have the same voice. My beloved daughter, may you be blessed with lifelong happiness! Dad's still weeping. Such a softie. Even though we're not related by blood, we're family through and through. And now, Gil will also be my family too. Until I met Gil, I didn't think much of love. I regarded him as a guardian. But after spending time with him and learning about who he is, my feelings toward Gil started to change. I was Cupid, yet I didn't know what love was. Gil taught me all about it. He's always been like family to me, but now, Gil's truly family. I hope we can build a family rooted in love together. Aw. Shall we go, Mrs. Lovecraft? That's so cute, we're Mrs. Lovecraft! Let's hit the road! I wish they changed our name at the end, but... Gil takes off, cans dragging behind the car, making a merry noise. As if responding to that sound, Bumblepig honked the horn joyfully. Cupid, come home whenever you feel sad! I hope we can watch movies together again someday, my sweet Cupid! What a high-spirited departure. I'll always remember this moment. And finally... Gil's sigh is full of emotions. He spent the entire drive glancing at me from time to time. Really, Bumblebee can drive itself. And we're finally married. I've been waiting for this, like, for 6 fucking years. Gil whispers that while running his fingers over the wedding ring on his hand. That's so cute, though. He's, like, just so happy about it, you know? Yay. You're truly my wife. I actually kind of love how endearingly adorable. He's like, I'm so excited. Aw. I am. I nod and glance at my wedding ring as well. They're a match set. Right now mine is glimmering in the sun. Hey, do you remember how I used to be teased for my name in college? Your name? Yeah, Lovecraft. But remember remember you said you liked it. From then on, I so desperately wanted to share a family name with you. Oh, yeah. And now we do. Don't bring my last name into this. I didn't ask for it anyway. Well, I like your last name, Gil. Huh? Really? Well, yeah. I'm here to matchmake and bring people together. The idea of making love is appealing to me. Not what she meant, but okay. Spacey, then how about we share my family name? He was already proposing right then. Oh, you proposed to me back then? Shit, I didn't get it. Wow, memory sure takes me back to when I was still so naive. I guess we really did talk about that, huh? But we're together now. I'm no longer Gil Lovecraft, the lovelorn parasite. It does make you sad that he's going to be the lovelorn parasite for the rest of the fucking game, though. Gil smiled a bit sheepishly. In fact, I might become the Cupid parasite now. Cupid? Gil doesn't mean the god of matchmaking. He means me. Parasite, an organism that lives in or on an organism of another species. That's what the word means. And yet, at the same time, a parasite coexists with another too. Let's make a life together, Spacey. Yes, let's. I hope we'll always be together, Gil. Of course we will. And now that I've got you, I won't let you go. Won't let me go? Normally that kind of statement would be a bit scary to hear. Yeah. But when Gil says it, it comes with the sound of happiness. Should we throw the bouquet now? Yes, we're already driving away. It's been 20 minutes. Previously on Parasite House, Gil fell over on TV while trying to grab a wedding bouquet. This time, we're throwing the bouquet, and there's no falling involved. Except for falling in love! Oh! Okay, well, I'll see my way out. Anyway, under the bright, shining sun, the bouquet soars through the air. This toss symbolizes our shared happiness. I'm glad they keep the CG up for so long for this one. Gil and I are in the car with Cupid's arrow stuck to it. I, the former Cupid, am throwing a wedding bouquet. All in hopes of gifting love to everyone. In that moment, I prayed that everyone would find their happiness. Aww. Oh, look, and we're gonna like, oh, ready? Oh, I got to stare at the cute little CG. It's adorable. Okay. Well, there you go. That was Gil's good ending. It was precious. Gallery. That's what we want. And we want to go to... yeah, the event one. Oops, nope. Oh, those are just the generic ones. And then the... oh, they don't get the same amount. Well, it's just nice. Anyway. Well, not really. Shelby technically is 16. But they have the same number. It's just they have multiple things. So that's us playing in our... that one's cute. I like that one. And our hug. And then our past hug. Oh, it does go back. Cool. I was like, I wonder if, like, hitting the A button goes back to the prior one. Like... oh, is this when we're making crab cakes? Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, her hair is like a light pinky color, but then it's purple at the bottom. So I'm pretty sure she's like a kidnapped incubus. Or some shit. I'm just saying. Aw. He's at work being busy and we're sad and we miss him so much. We can't handle being alone. Lucky happening. Bath time. Lucky happening. Oh my god, that's so funny. Show me how to bathe. Thank god she was wearing a towel. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, yeah. One of the frisky times. Yeah, you think? And that's true. I thought about that when we listen to the voice act. We can always come back to the CGs and then play the scene again and then hear the voice acting for the specific scenes. Never think about doing that. Because I'm pretty sure with most of them you can do that. You can play the scene from the CG. Like... I love this one so much. This is like sums up everything. You're like a little bit her. You're like, this is a little shocking. And you're a little bit Mars. I am terrified. And then you're also a little bit Gil, like, oh, this is actually kind of cute. It's a range of emotion. Again, the line between love and lunacy. It's some parts make you, like the end, you're like, no, it's happy. It was a good route. I enjoyed it. There were moments where I was a little bit afraid and uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. Like, what did I say in the last part? I'm going to be like, I was extremely uncomfortable in the beginning. And then I'm like, well, they're never going to be fine. And we're at the end and like, yeah, it's great. It's a good route. Gil's great. A little scary sometimes. It makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, here we are. And then you forget how uncomfortable you are. 5 minutes later. Aw, reading our little love letters. Kiss crying. Oh. And then our proposal. Oh my god, we're getting engaged. It's so exciting. This one's not as good because Gil's not there. And then there's the wedding one where he looks like Raoul. I guess we'll leave it on the, like, I can hide this. Yeah, I can hide that so we can just stare at that. I guess we'll just leave it on this, even though we did see this one for a long time, but, you know. But yes, so anyway, that was Gil's good ending, and I guess we'll have probably just one more part after this because we got to do the bad endings, but we've done all the common route bad endings, so I don't think we really need to do those. So for Gitlin now, my guide is just broken. Like, doesn't want to open the page, so like my tablet is stupid. But anyway, yeah, because when we did Shelby, I didn't realize that Shelby was limbo. Probably did when I read it originally, but I forgot. That cracks me the fuck up right now. I'm just thinking of Limbo from Bustafellows and like, they're very drastically different. But let me see something. Because our common route, Parasite Workshop, yeah, okay, so that was Shelby's, and I think they're the same. I mean, they should be. Yeah, so they're the same. So we don't have to do those. So we did actually take, I think we did do a save file 1 for the match test, which was also a common one, but there is, okay, so wait. There is still a save file 1. Save file 2 is definitely the common route 1, but save file 1 there is also 2 different. There's a common route bad ending, and then there's a Gil one. So we have bad ending 1, bad ending 2, which is super long. So we have 2 bad endings, and then we have our normal ending. So yeah, I think that's because we made 3 save files, not 4. Because we didn't make 2, because 2 is the common one. Anyway, so we have 2 bad endings and then a normal ending. So that's what we'll do in the next part. We'll do the 2 bad endings. And now I know that we can skip to next choice. That'll go so much faster. Because part of what happened in, I think, in Shelby's, and even in this one, is like when you load from the common route, that save file where you're like, now we got to skip through 7,000 choices to get to the bad ending. And this will go so much faster. Because I'm pretty sure in Shelby's, I was like, I'll be back when we finally get through shit that's not different. Like, you know what I mean? Because it was just a lot of fucking skipping, and we won't have to do that. I feel like that's the way. Was it in that one? I don't know. Look, sometimes I don't remember which game is which, where it's like we skipped for 6 days, but yeah. So that'll be nice now knowing that I can do that. I didn't know there was an option for that because I didn't accidentally hit the trigger until playing this game, and I was like, wait, look at that. Okay. So anyway, we will do that. So the next part will be the end of Gil's route. Well, you know, the bad endings. This was the good one, so I hope you enjoyed it. I did have fun. Gil's route wasn't bad. I don't hate Gil. I really don't. I don't like his trope character. We know that. I've said it a million times. And I don't love Gil. He's not my favorite. But there's really nothing wrong with him. It's just my preconceived notions and my just not liking the tropey character that he is normally and the way they normally play it out. I just don't like this character. I hate, they're so clingy, and like usually they're just done wrong and I'm just triggered by it. And like Gil was done really right. Like, okay, he's a little, he has moments where you're like, I'm afraid, I am uncomfortable. And then most of it overall at the end, you're like, no, it's fine. I definitely felt uncomfortable at some points. But again, the line between love and lunacy. Yeah, exactly. That's Gil's route. You're like, oh, I love this. This is great. I'm terrified. You know what? It's great. I don't know. But didn't hate the route. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with Gil at all in general, overall, when you put it all together in a package. So I think they did it well. A character type that I normally do not like, because they normally make them very clingy and needy and creepy. And sometimes I like the creepy weirdos that lock me in cages. Don't get me wrong, okay? Sometimes you're like, all right, we'll take it. I wasn't in love with Gil in the very beginning to where I was okay with that. Like, I don't know. Like, if Raoul was going to do it to me, I'd be like, maybe. You know? But I don't normally love the himbo, and I'm already in love with him, and we haven't even gotten to his route yet. So, like, I don't know. This game's a little bizarre. But I think the whole Bumble Pig thing... that whole bit was just so fucking insane, but I love it so much. So, yeah, even if I had hated Gil, I think I would have loved that so much. But no, I think his route was actually really good. He's not my favorite. He didn't like, oh my god, you took over my heart. No, that, you know, but I'm not like, no, I hated this and it was unpleasant. It wasn't at all. It was, whoa, oh my god, I didn't mean to zoom in. Well, now I know you can do that too. But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time. So anyway, we'll do the bad endings and then the normal ending in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.